Welcome to a special edition of Black and Gold Today, brought to you by Ray Brandt Infinity. I'm Rachel Whittaker. It's the NFL Scouting Combine, and here to talk about it is Saints columnist Larry Holder. Well, Larry, we've listed 10 offensive and 10 defensive players to watch at the Combine on NOLA.com, but for the Saints, I'm looking at pass rushers, especially on the defensive side, that the Saints are going to be watching this week. Do you agree? What side is more important?
I think certainly the defensive side of the football is more important. Huge holes there. You start at cornerback just because there's a gaping hole there. I wrote a column earlier in the week saying that it should be free agency where they address that need, and I think especially in the first round, that's where they should look. Not at cornerback, they should look elsewhere. And you brought up, say, the pass rusher. The thing is that there are several players at that position, but there's one player in particular that I'm looking for at defense, and he's kind of been a hot name within the mock drafts, and yet it's kind of an under the radar type of guy just because he comes from Kentucky. And that's Alvin Bud Dupree. And there are other names floating around there like Nebraska's Randy Gregory, Florida's Dante Fowler. Those are maybe more linebacker types. But Dupree, he's more of a defensive end type of player. And it's hard to kind of gauge where the Saints want to go at that spot, whether it's more of a defensive end, more if it's an outside linebacker that you'd see in a 3-4 defense, just because I'm not real sure what Rob Ryan and Dennis Allen are going to have up their sleeve with the new defense. So I'm looking at Dupree just because I think they need more of an every down type of guy who can rush the passer as well as defend the run, just because I see Junior Gillette being more of a pass rush specialist next season.
I was just going to mention Junior Gillette, and I mean, who knows what's going to happen with his legal situation, but exactly right. If Junior Gillette does kind of transfer into that role of Dupree, and even in some mock drafts, yes, we're talking about mock drafts if you can believe it, Vic Beasley, somebody from Clemson that has been on some boards. What do you think about him?
Well, you look at him and you look at a guy like Shane Ray from Missouri, but some of these guys who are they're more the linebacker type, 230, maybe 225. If you're the Saints and you take one of these guys, you want them to beef up, and I think that's part of what you see at the Combine. You kind of get their medical history, you get to interview these guys, you get a better look at these guys as far as can they beef up or where do they fit best. But you mentioned Beasley. I think that's someone, if the Saints were to take him, he would have to beef up to get up to, say, maybe 260 pounds, which that would be quite a jump, but you got to see if he's able to do that. And like I said, Missouri Shane Ray as well, very prolific at Missouri, and yet he may be a little lean as well. So, look, there are other positions you can look at, but to me, I think they totally zero in, especially in that first round. Outside linebacker / defensive end, and you kind of go from there where you look maybe corner later, guard later, some other spots later. Right.
The Saints have been known to do some things that nobody expects in the draft, but again, I agree, defense got to be addressed number one with the 13th overall pick, and workouts at the Combine are going to start on Thursday once those measurements and interviews are done today. Well, Larry, thanks so much.
You got it, Rachel.
And tune in on Thursday and Friday for reports from Indianapolis. Thanks for watching.